So in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Sandman figure from Spider-Man No Way Home. We'll take a quick look at the packaging here. So here on the front, we have the classic sort of retro card type packaging. And then here on the back, we have some concept art, same Spider-Man artwork that we see on the front. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this thing open and check them out. Alright, so this is Sandman out of the packaging, and so out of the packaging he comes with the fisted hands on, but I really just wanted to get these on there because these are pretty cool. So these are two different parts, so you have the big hands and then these parts that hook on there. I'll show you real quick. So you pop the hands off there, you slide this on there, and then it has a little deal to put the peg for the big hand in there. So that's pretty cool. I really like this figure quite a bit. I do wish we would have gotten like some big fisted hands so he could smash stuff. Would have been really cool. But I'm happy that we even got these hands because this is pretty cool. I remember having the Sandman from the original Spider-Man 3 movie was really cool, and it was one of my favorite figures. So this is really cool to have. So I'm pretty excited to sort of mess around with this figure. And I waited quite a while to get him, and because he is a peg warmer to begin with, and then he sort of went back into being sort of expensive. Not horrible, but yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. So this face looks really good, just like the actor that played him. I don't remember what his name was, but looks really good. Looks just like him there. I do wish we would have gotten a little more paint apps, but we did get a little bit there. The face looks really nice, and we sort of have a little bit of the darker browns throughout, which is a nice touch. We don't really get much on the hands, a little bit on the back side there, but not a whole lot. We got some more of that sort of brownish color down through here. The feet are pretty neat because they're not just like normal feet. They're sort of squished out, like sand's coming off of them, which is a really cool detail, which I enjoy. And it makes the feet a little bit wider, so it helps them stand better. And he is all pinless, which is another thing I enjoy. The back, we don't really get very much paint apps. We do a little bit here on the back, and the back of the shoulders, and the back of the head. But the lower parts we don't, which isn't that big of a deal. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll check out the hands again. They're pretty cool. Once again, I'll show you a closer look at how this works. This part here, the open part, is what you stick on the hand, and then the part with the peg hole is where the peg goes for the big hands. Hi-ya. But that's really cool, and I'm really glad they included this piece because it makes a good transition from the big hand to the arm rather than just going straight to the big arm. So that is a very nice touch. I'm glad they did that. And once again, he is all pinless, so that is good. We'll take a quick look at the other hands here. So we get a little bit of brown on the back of the hands, the fisted hands, and the sort of open hands. You get a little bit of brown on those as well. And they all have the horizontal hinge, even the big hands, which you can't get much movement out of them. A little bit, but not a lot, because of this piece here. And I really just like all the texturing they put, so it actually does look like it's sand. It does look a little weird when he bends back right there. You can see in there. But I really enjoy this figure more than I thought I would. Maybe it's the nostalgia of it. I remember The '07 ones had hands sort of similar to this, but they had the fisted hands. But yeah, I'm really excited to sort of play around with this figure. And of course, I had to bring out the black suit Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, or the symbiote suit, because this is awesome to have updated versions of both of these figures. These looks so awesome. It makes me so happy having both of these figures. Brings me back to Spider-Man 3, how cool that was. I remember this black suit was like my favorite figure, and then this one, or the Sandman figure, was like my second favorite. That's just awesome. Okay, but yeah, that's awesome that we have both of these figures now, which is just so cool. Alright, so here he is with the other No Way Home villains. Looks pretty cool. So out of these, I would say Sandman's probably my third favorite. It's probably Doc Ock 1, Green Goblin 2, and then Sandman 3, Lizard 4, and Electro 5. Electro, if they would have given us an unmasked Jamie Foxx head without the star, it maybe be a little bit higher, but because of that, he's the lowest on the list. Even though he was probably my third favorite, Electro was in the movie No Way Home. But yeah, I really like this Sandman figure a lot more than I thought I would. But yeah, I really like him a lot. Looks pretty cool with the rest of these figures here. Alright, and here is Sandman with the No Way Home villains and the 3 Spider-Mans from No Way Home. Pretty cool set with all of them there. Looks pretty good. You got Toby over here with his villains, Andrew over here with his villains, and Tom with everybody. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. Have the complete set there. Alright, so for Sandman's articulation, he can look down just a little bit and up a decent amount. A little bit of head tilt or head pivot there. His arms go up a little past 90, but not much. We have the bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows. And then for the wrists, for all the wrists, we have the standard horizontal hinge. So the bigger ones, we don't get a whole lot of movement out of because of this extra piece. Sort of hinders it a little, but not a lot. We have a diaphragm cut up here, and he can go side to side decent. Back a little bit, looks sort of weird in here when he does go back though. He can go forward a little. And we don't have any waist cut or anything down here. We do have upper thigh cuts and double jointed pinless knees. And then for the feet, we can kick down and up a little bit in rotation to the side. We have some shallow peg holes in the bottom. And he can kick forward. He can actually kick forward pretty far, and he really can't kick back that much. So I really like the Sandman figure, and I like him a lot more than I thought I was going to. And I think it's part of the nostalgia. The original Spider-Man 3 came out. But also, just once I put these bigger hands on here and started playing around with them a little bit, it was pretty fun. And really that head, that face looks really good. I do wish we would have gotten some big fisted hands. Would have been really fun. So he could punch stuff with them, which would have been really cool. And I do wish we would have gotten a little more paint apps on the figure, especially on the back. But yeah, still a pretty solid figure. I really don't have that many complaints. Probably my biggest one is just not having the big fisted hands, but I am glad we at least got something with the bigger hands so we can at least display his powers in some form, which is pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think of this figure and which one of the Marvel Legends No Way Home villain figures is your favorite. So let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And also, I will leave a link to this figure in the comments or in the description. So if you decide to pick him up, you can. He's actually a pretty good figure, a lot better than I thought he would be. But yeah, thank you again for watching and have a great day.